Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Ravens YouTube channel and podcast. Talking Ravens all day, every day with your host, Justin P., with my MVP co host, Miss Shannon Finch. Excuse me. This is episode 110 for the YouTube channel and for the audio version. Season 2, episode 16. All the links right there to the audio version in the description below, along with myself and Dave's and Shannon's social media platforms. So follow us as well. I know I'm going to say like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff like that. Shannon has a great topic for us as usual. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to her so we can kick this Tuesday show off. Right, go ahead, co-host.
All right. So we're going to start like we always do with the mock draft. So Justin, what do you have this week for your mock draft?
Alrighty, okay, got a couple of them, but I'm gonna do like four, so I won't overdo it.
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
first one, it's a few trades, not a lot. Actually, there's no trades in this one because it's 9 picks. At pick 30, I have Amarius Mims,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, tackle out of Georgia. Pick 62, Devontae Walker, wide receiver out of North Carolina. Big receiver. We need some help there.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, everybody. Excuse the coughing. Weather change. Picks 93, Christian Hayes, guard out of UConn. We need some help there. No Zeitler, no John
Mm-hmm.
Simpson. And at 113, corner DJ James out of Florida. Big corner. We need help there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Pick 130, Gabriel Murphy, edge rusher out of UCLA. Pick 165, we were talking about the backup quarterback. I want Joe Milton,
Mm-hmm.
quarterback out of Tennessee, similar to Lamar. And 218, Christian Boyd, defensive tackle out of Northern Iowa. We need some depth there, so guys won't be tired. And at 228, Jackson Sermon, linebacker out of Cal. We lost Queen, lost to Sean Phillips. We brought back Malik Harrison, but we still need some guys there. And
Mm-hmm.
at 250, safety Dominic Hampton, Washington. That's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the next one. Here you go. I picked 30, took Kool-Aid McKinstry, cornerback out of Alabama. Made a trade here, number 66. I traded traded pick 62 and got 66. And I got pick 104 and pick 186 from the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
So to go back, should we go back there? Yeah, so I got we had Kool-Aid McKinstry at 30. Devontae Walker at 66 with the pick I traded. And at 93, I got Adisa Isaac, edge rusher, Penn State. I hope I said it right. 104, Dwayne Carter, defensive tackle, Duke.
Mm-hmm.
113, Javon Foster, tackle out of Missouri. 130 here. Javion Coleman, guard out of Miami. For you, the Can game. 165, added to the running back room with Ray Davis from Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
186, Trevin Wallace, linebacker Kentucky, to add to that mix. 218, a quarterback, Keaton Slovis from BYU. And 228, Damani Richardson. And at 250, Willie Drew, cornerback out of Virginia State.
Okay.
All right, trying to find my next one. 1 second. Oh, here you go. At pick 30, there were no trades in this one, just straight up straight picks, yeah. At pick 30, Adonai Mitchell, wide receiver, Texas, big beast. Uh, excuse me. Pick 62, Christian Mahogany, guard out of Boston College. Pick 93, excuse me. Roger Rosengarten, tackle out of Washington. Pick 113, Austin Booker, edge out of Kansas. 130, Elijah Jones, cornerback, Boston College. 165, Keith Randolph Jr., defensive tackle, Illinois. 218, Austin Reed, quarterback, Wisconsin. It's not Wisconsin. I'm sorry, Western Kentucky. Need a backup because Tyler Huntley is now in Cleveland. 228, Dylan Johnson, running back out of Washington, to add to the running back room. And at
Mm-hmm.
250, linebacker Nathaniel Watson, Mississippi State, add to that linebacker core. And I got one more after this. somebody said something about Braylon Allen. He just said it, and I'm about to go in. And in this draft, I got him. A couple trades, nothing major. A couple fifth and fourth swap. So I picked 35. I traded down a couple spots and got some other picks. I got wide receiver Troy Franklin. Oregon ran like a 4.3.
Mm-hmm.
Tackle number 62. I got Kyron Omajadi. I'm gonna just say how I think it is. Tackle out of Yale, 6'6", 320, athletic. Pick 71, Cedric Van Pran, guard out of Georgia. 93, Mason Smith, defensive tackle, LSU. And at 115, yeah, this for you, Brandon. Braylon Allen, running back out of Wisconsin. Excuse me. 130, Ronaldo Green, Florida State, cornerback. 162, Gabriel Murphy, edge rusher. 165, Trevin Wallace, linebacker, Kentucky. Excuse me, screen block real fast. Hold on 1 second. 186, excuse me, Joe Milton, quarterback, Tennessee. 218, Malik Mustafa, safety, Wake Forest. 226, Jordan Weddington, wide receiver, Texas. So Texas again. 228, cornerback, Dwayne McCullough, Arkansas. 237, another tackle right here, Jared Greenfield, South Dakota State. 243, Justin Rogers, defensive tackle, Auburn. At 250, edge rusher, Zion Tupiola, 5'2". So that's it for me.
Okay, that sounds good. All right. So I have two mock drafts. So with my first one, I went offensive tackle from Oklahoma at number 30, Tyler Guyton. Now I traded the 62nd pick to move back to the 63rd pick and
Mm-hmm.
drafted a wide receiver from South Carolina, Xavier Leggett.
Okay.
At 93, I drafted your boy, Joe Milton.
Okay.
At 113, I drafted Austin Booker, edge from Kansas. And I moved up to 118. I got a wide receiver from Virginia, Malik Washington.
Okay.
And then I got a safety from Georgia at 30, Tyreek Smith.
I like
Taki
it.
Smith. Taki
Yeah, I
Smith.
like it. I like it.
218, I have an offensive guard from Tulane, Prince Pines.
Okay.
228, I have a wide receiver from Oregon State, Anthony Gold. And then at 250, I have a cornerback from Marshall, Micah Abraham.
I like it.
And then my second mock draft, I didn't make any trades with this one. So
Mm-hmm.
at 30, I picked wide receiver from Florida State, Keon Coleman.
Okay.
At 62, I got running back from Michigan, Blake Corum.
I like it.
At 93, I have a safety from USC, Kalen Bullock.
Okay.
At 113, I have an offensive tackle from Pittsburgh, Matt Goncalves. Maybe that's how you
Okay.
pronounce the last name.
Yeah, I know you talk. Yeah, 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 yeah.
At 130, I have a wide receiver from USC, Brendan Rice.
Ooh, Jerry Rice, son.
Right. At 165, I have an offensive guard from Miami, Javion Cohen.
My guy. Yes, yes, man.
At 218, I have a cornerback from Virginia State, Willie Drew.
Okay.
At 228, I have a safety from Southern Miss, Jay Stanley. And at 250, I have an edge from South Carolina, Jordan Stracan.
Yeah, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so those are my draft picks for the week.
I like it.
All right, so the next segment is our new segment. It's called the Spotlight segment. And as I said, we're going to pick an executive or player or coach every week to discuss. And this week is going to be John Harbaugh. So, Justin, let me know, what are your expectations for John Harbaugh in 2024?
Well, I'll start first and foremost with getting a better feel for how the game is going, and knowing when to step in it and give orders to your coordinators. Like the AFC Championship game, because that was in 2024. We
Mm-hmm.
could have won the game. All he had to do was go up to Todd Monken, like, hey man, why do we only have 6 total rushes from our running backs? Use
Mm-hmm.
Gus, use Delvin Cook. What we pick him up for and pay him if we're not going to give him the ball. So,
Right.
it's things like that. Go to at that time, Mike McDonald. Hey man, let's get Travis Kelsey under wraps a little sooner, not wait till halftime.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Let's get a plan for him. Hey, let's find a way how to slow down Mahomes from scrambling on us on third and long. Just get up. Just have to take more control as a head coach. I get it. You want to let your coordinators do their job, and that's nothing wrong with it. But when things are not going well, you're going to be the
You
first
gotta
person
step
to get.
in.
You're going to be the first person to get looked at. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
step in and know how to navigate. That's what Tomlin does it all the time. He goes as coordinators like, look, come on, man, the run working, stick with it. Or if they can't stop us from blitzes, keep doing it until they stop it. You know what I mean? Like you got
Mm-hmm.
to know to step in and take charge. So that and just you know what else? What else can I? What else? What else? Expectation from that's pretty much it, honestly. Because everything else he does great. He motivates the guys, just knowing his end game adjustments and knowing when to step in and get on his coordinators. That's pretty much it, honestly.
Yeah, you pretty much said what I was going to say. That was exactly one of my points I was going to make. Is like, and I defend Harbaugh, but like I said, after a while, it's going to be like you're the common denominator. At some point, you have to step in because in the end, you're going to be the one that blame it. So step in, faster than what you do. We don't want to hear it after the game. Do it in the game. If we as fans can see what's working and what's not working as a head coach, you should be able to say it as well. You've been doing it for so long.
Yeah,
So to not drill on what you said, because everything you said is completely right. What I will say is I also expect for him to try to have a real identity offensively this year. I feel like last year it was kind of like we learning everybody's new players, new coordinator, learning a new system, everything's new. I think that with another year under their belt, it should run a lot smoother. It should be more clear about what's beneficial, like what works for us and what doesn't work for us, and do what works and add little things in. You know what I mean? Like I just want him to really get focused on and not necessarily be overbearing to the point that you affect your offensive coordinator or quarterback from doing their job, but be involved, sit in on those meetings, see what they're talking about, and if you have an opinion, give it. And outside of that, I do want to say because we said some negative things about what he can fix. What I do want to say is he's already done a good job with replacing coordinators and position coaches that we had that left to go to other jobs as well. So like we talked about Eric DeCosta last week, so far John Harbaugh has done what he's not needed to do in the offseason as far as his coaching staff. But when we get back and it start being like voluntary camps, when the guys can come back around the team, we know it's a certain time frame where they can't really communicate. But when it's time when they can come, I want John Harbaugh to be in on all those meetings with Munkin and Lamar and really, really being focused on what we want this offense to look like in 2024. Because defensively, I don't think we're going to have an issue. Like, talking about our identity, we always have an identity with the defense. But I want our offense to have a little bit more of an identity this year.
I agree, Shannon.
All right. So as we talk about our expectations for this year, I want to look at our rookies from last year. And I want you to give me a grade. How do you grade the 2023 rookie class? And
As
that's
a
the class as a
whole,
whole, as a whole. And if you want to break down people, you can, but as a whole, what do you give that class? Agreed.
as a whole, because Zabe's the only main factor. Him and Tavius Robinson as the year went on. 'Cause, hey, Trenton Simpson only got one start. Voorhees out. What's my man? Caillou Blue Kelly got ended up getting waived. Who else we got? Salah didn't really get a chance to play, so I'm gonna have to go B only because Zay
Mm-hmm.
was the only main contributor. And like I said, and Tavis Robinson did, get better as the year go on, but he was the main contributor. Everybody else either got little to no playing time or no playing time at all due to injuries or just not or just having a lot of guys in front of him. So I gotta go to
Mm-hmm.
give it a B just for that. Like I said, in due time, these guys probably will play more, especially Trenton Simpson and
Mm-hmm.
Tavis Robinson. Like I said, hopefully Salah may compete for one of them guard spots or tackle spots. Like I said, Caillou Blue Kelly, he I would have loved to see him stick around, but they weren't the betting guy, so he got cut. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a lot of our guys didn't get a chance to play. Jason, I mean, Andrew Voy, I was Jason Voy. He's thinking on Friday, not Friday,
Mm-hmm.
Friday 13th. Andrew
Mm-hmm.
Voy, he's hopefully he comes in and he complete for a spot. But right now, got to be B because Zay was the only person that played this just about every single snap for the Rangers.
And I pretty much agree. My grade for the class is my grade is a C plus. and it's a C plus because, like you said, Zay Flowers was the only one that really contributed. Keaton Mitchell, with his lack of opportunities, we saw what he could be, but that was only about 6 games, before he went out and he was hurt. But for that, um, I do feel and they're the only ones that really stood out to me. But I do feel like next season, like Tavius, Malik Ham, Trenton Simpson, like they'll get more opportunities to make more of an impact. And I hope that Voorhees is healthy enough by training camp to be able to compete for the guard spot. But it's really just hard to judge them because a lot of them didn't get out on the field. So I'll just give them a C plus.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right. So my next question is about the biggest needs for 2014 for the Ravens. And when I say biggest needs, I mean rank them in order of what you think is priority. Like if you're Eric DaCosta, what do you feel like you have to attack first, second, third, whatever your list is.
First offensive line because you just lost three starters. So for sure, like that's 90% of the line. So definitely offensive line. Even though you got some guys in house, but like I said, a couple of them even been like coming off injury or have little to no playing time. So you don't want to just
Throw them
you
out
like I
there.
said, you got $250 million guy you got to protect. So and a running
Mm-hmm.
back you got to open up holes. So yeah, definitely offensive line. Two corner, definitely corner. Because like now outside of Marlon Humphrey and Brandon Stevens, everybody else is coming off injuries outside of Millette who played good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only three corners you trust, like Pepe and Armour Davis and Trey Mullins. They can't stay healthy, so you only got three guys you can count on. Like I said, Marlon been a little nicked, and if he gets a little nicked, then you only got two. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely corner. Wide receiver at three. Because like I said, yeah, you got Zay and Bateman, but Bateman is like, I gotta see more. You gotta give me more than 300 yards. Like I said, we didn't give you grace with injuries, even though we didn't give other players grace for injury. But that's a different time, different topic. But it's like people defend Bateman to the end of the earth, but want to label everybody else injury prone. But anyway, I don't really fully trust him as a number two. So and people are slowly starting to see it now. See why? Like I said, because the talent is there, but the consistency and the availability is not. So the
Mm-hmm.
only receiver right now you really can honestly trust is Zay. So definitely receiver, edge rusher, like you said, because like I said, Ajabo's coming off injury. Owe, he's getting there, but he's still still an unfinished product. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully we can get Clowney and Van Noble, at least one of the two. And Tavis Robinson showed a little something, something, and Malik did too. But like I said, they haven't, been in the league as long, so you really can't count
Mm-hmm.
on them. Like how you couldn't count on a Van Noy and Clowney and stuff like that. So definitely edge rusher. And then least, I'll say probably running back because like I said, we got Derrick Henry. But after that is only him right now. Only him and Justice Hill, the healthiest backs on the roster. Kind of everybody. Like Keaton Mitchell's banged up. J.K.'s not under contract. Dalvin Cook's not under contract. So we only got two healthy running backs. So another fresh back could come into the fold, but that's the least amount. Because you could say right now, Derrick Henry will be your 20 carry guy, and Justice Hill will
Mm-hmm.
sprinkle in, but you still need another guy to come in. So that'll be
Right.
rank them order to say it again in case anybody missed. Offensive line, corner, wide receiver, edge, running back.
Okay. So I have five as I think you said five. I got five as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the offensive line first as well. I mean, our offensive line is basically tore up with a lot of questions at tackle and guard. I mean, we're really only solidified at center, and we're hoping that Ronnie Stanley can return to form. So
Absolutely.
offensive line to me should be priority number one this offseason because we can't afford to have Lamar hurt. Like we just can't. Next for me is the safeties. From when I look at the roster, the only safeties we have is Williams and Kyle Hamilton currently on the roster. So
And
having
the
a
and
safe.
the, and the Darius. Don't forget about the Darius.
Oh, I didn't even see it I didn't even have his name listed with them. So then
I
that's
think he's
three.
still
So
under contract. Yeah, he definitely is
so
for
then that's
sure.
still so then that's three. I still feel like that's the need as well.
Yeah.
Next is wide receivers for everything you just said. I mean, we can't fully feel like we can unfortunately believe in Bateman at this time. He hasn't really given us any reason to believe in him, but I know a lot of the fan base, wants him to be the guy that we hoped he could be when he was drafted in the first round. We just haven't seen it, so it would kind of be crazy to go into the season with the wide receivers that we have as is. We definitely have to add to that room, and we might need to bring in two or three guys just to make it be what it needs to be. Um, And then I have cornerback. I feel like cornerback is definitely a need as well for everything you said, for all the reasons you said as well. We have to look at life sometimes beyond this year. You play the GMs and everybody's playing for each season, but then sometimes you got to look at what is it going to be the following year. And we're getting to the point with Marlon Humphrey where it's like you've been our guy for a long time now, but how much longer can you be our guy? So we need to bring somebody in to compete and to be able to be in that spot at any point that he might no longer be on the team. And I'm talking about Marlon Humphrey. And then lastly, I feel like it's outside linebacker. Like you said, we have guys on the roster currently that's going to compete, but I still feel like we need a few other guys. I liked how we were able to rotate guys in and out, and I think that played a big part into why we had so much success up front, being able to rotate guys in and out and everybody making an impact. So for me, it's offensive line, safeties, wide receivers, cornerbacks, and then outside linebackers.
Okay, no running back. Running back, don't worry.
No, not necessarily because I feel like um, we have Derrick Henry, we have
Yeah,
Justice Hill, we have Keaton Mitchell under contract still.
coming off an
We
injury
have
though.
no, I know. So and it's not to say that they shouldn't address it. Like you saw in my mock draft, I hate us drafting one, right? But
Yeah,
when we talk about like what I feel like is like a need, I just feel like sometimes when you get a guy like Derrick Henry, it kind of like alleviates certain things. Like if you get a big name wide receiver, you might say, okay, right now I don't gotta focus so much on the wide receiver position because I got this guy. I'm just
hmm
saying running back right now isn't like at the top of my list only because we have a workhorse. Then we have some guys coming back. We have like we can still bring back JK because we're gonna bring back Keaton. We're gonna bring back Justice Hill, and we can still bring a guy in. But it just wasn't at the top of my list when I was thinking about biggest needs for the team at
yeah.
this point.
You see, I had it at 5. That's why
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
All right. And so our next topic is: would you rather have a rookie quarterback backing up Lamar or a veteran quarterback to back up Lamar?
Veteran, because if you get hurt, we got to keep the ball rolling. We got to keep the ball rolling. A rookie will be cheaper, but you want somebody with experience. The way Monk and they got to dumb down the offense completely. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely a veteran, not a super old veteran, damn near like Josh Johnson going to be 40, but
Mm-hmm.
it helps because he's saying some stuff versus somebody that's green. So yeah, I mean, definitely a veteran for sure. Because like I said, he's saying some stuff and they can keep the ball rolling. Thing is God bid anything happen, knock on wood. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely a veteran.
So I like when we kind of disagree because it just gives us a different energy for everybody to listen to. So I feel like this. We have Josh Johnson on the roster now and Malik Cunningham. I believe he's still on the team as
Yeah,
well.
he is. He is.
And I'm not too comfortable with either one of them like going into games thinking either one is quarterback number two. So at this point, I would rather draft a rookie quarterback because for one, we're not drafting them to come in to compete with Lamar. I feel like Lamar is at a stage of his career where he could benefit from not having someone down his back trying to teach him because at a point he's getting to the point of being a veteran. That's number two. I feel like we are drafting to solidify position. And if a rookie can come in and compete and beat Josh Johnson or Malik Cunningham, they deserve the job.
Right.
And lastly, the reason why I'm saying go that route is because, like as you mentioned, it's a cheaper option. At
hmm
this point, we have to remember, like, even though the cap is they got to figure it out and guys can get paid different ways, we do have some guys on our team that are making big money and we're expecting to pay big money next year and the years after that. So you might want to get a rookie quarterback because a veteran, you're going to have to pay a particular amount, unless it's just a scrub that might not ever get out there.
hmm
But at that point, why waste money on that when we can spend it elsewhere? Like we just talked about bigger needs, we can spend that money elsewhere than versus bringing in a veteran quarterback. So I mean, a veteran's not going to hurt, but my biggest thing is cost. I think a rookie would just be cheaper.
It will for sure.
All right, and so our last topic is this. We've been talking about Bateman a little bit already this episode. So do you think that Bateman could be traded before the 2024 season?
It's very possible because, like I said, they didn't pick up that option. Well, I don't know officially, but I know they're not. Because, yeah, it's probably somebody can say, hey, we got a second or third. They'll take it. They'll take it. If we draft like two receivers and sign one, it's very likely because if we only draft one, something like that, No, because he's still gonna be around. But like I said, but if we make a couple moves where it's like we bring in a few receivers, it's like, oh yeah, you can be gone, bro. Versus leaving you and getting on their comp pick, we can get something that can help us now.
Hmm.
So yeah, it all depends. It all depends what we do in the draft and free agency. But is it a possibility? Absolutely.
I agree. I mean, when Hollywood got traded on draft night, I was surprised because I wasn't expecting that. But I also
A
didn't
more
know.
productive receiver, regardless. His reasoning for getting traded will probably be different, but still he got moved. So if you
So
move a
yeah, I mean,
productive receiver, you can definitely move an unproductive receiver.
well, yeah, I mean, for one, you don't want people on your team. I always say I don't want anybody on my team who doesn't want to be here. So if you ask for a trade like Hayden Hurst or Hollywood. Like if you ask for a trade and we can get something done, we're going to get it done. So the fact that it happened with Hollywood and like you said, he was productive, I can see the same thing happen with Bateman if a team was actually interested in him, or if the relationship has soured, within an organization. We don't know what the heck is going on because, like I said, I never would have thought that Hollywood would have been asking for a trade behind the scenes, but he was.
Hmm.
So it's a very, very good possibility that he could be gone. Um, I actually saw one today that was saying that will we be willing to trade him for Sutton from the Broncos?
ASAP.
Yeah, so it just depends on the circumstance. I think it's, but I definitely think that it's a big possibility that could happen. I do.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton has been productive with no matter who was at quarterback, Russ, whoever, like Drew Lock, whoever, like they didn't play. Trevor Simeon, boy, put up numbers, man. When he never had, he wasn't nursing no injury, which he hasn't been hurt a lot, but the few times he's been hurt. But when he been
Hmm.
on the field, he put up numbers at 10 touchdowns last year. So yeah, that's not even a question in my eyes.
Hmm. But that's it. That's all the topics for today.
Oh man, Shannon always bringing that fire, man. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, sometimes they're gonna be, they ain't gonna be long, but they're gonna be, decent time like it is now between 27 and 30 minutes. We don't want to talk everybody's head off. We know people want to go home and eat dinner. So, everybody know what I'm about to say. Like and subscribe, share it, it's on Twitter. Streaming live on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and also, got Twitter, I keep saying Twitter, Twitch, and all that stuff like that, and TikTok. So don't know what to say. Make sure y'all trade, talk Ravens all day, every day. From your host, Justin P., and my MVP co-host, Miss Shannon Finch. We'll see y'all Thursday. I know Dave got some pretty good topics lined up for us. Man, so have a good Tuesday night. Enjoy the, NBA games, college basketball, that stuff like that. We love you guys. We'll see y'all Thursday, and we are out.
Good night. Bye, Justin.
Bye, Shannon.